Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have issues with my lighting forever.
Hey, you know what? Don't even think about it. Rad Conda. Don't even think about it.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Oh, hey, you're over here. Fixed. Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone, and welcome to the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening show. Today is February 24th, 2022. The time is 6:07 p.m. my local time, but it may be February 25th where you are, and if so, good morning. We got a lot going on today, folks, because it's been a couple of days. On Monday, it was a national holiday in the U.S. On Tuesday, it was a local national holiday in my family because my daughter's basketball team smashed the opposing team 60 points to 4. It was wild.
Yeah, which was insanity.
Yeah, like real legitimately insane. And hopefully I fixed that echo. Did I fix that echo there?
I just needed to mute myself on Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I muted the Discord outright, so hopefully that fixed. Maybe radiation control has an echo. Oh, I like it. Radiation control. Is that Rad Condon? Are you radiation control now?
I think so.
Are you radiation control, Dad?
Radiation control, Dad.
Folks, we got a lot of things going on today. More. That's right. If you like radiation control Dadarino, radiation control Poppy, you know what I mean? Like, yes.
Big Papa radiation
And then,
control.
Of course, on Wednesday, we have our normal day where we do not have this stream. And you guys joined Alex. And you joined Lucas on that stream. Oh, on Tuesday, though, Alex was nice enough to help for that game. So I was able to go see my daughter play some basketball. It was a great time, folks. You can see on the screen to kick off this show one of the announcements that we'll be making on this show, but each and every day, 5 days a week on this live stream, we talk about the news you need to know in the Sandbox game, and we play your games. We play test your games. Sometimes we play your games to try to win, and you get to laugh at how awesome I am at parkour. And clearly I'm a record setter, all right? I'm a trend setter. We're changing the game here, but you are the real winners because you actually are better than me, and you did actually win. According to this first announcement here today, Conrad, remind me before I announce the Travancore Treasures Speedrun Challenge winners, which hasn't even been posted to the internet, by the way. We saved it for this show thanks to Meta League. All right.
We got the scoop.
Got the scoop on this show for you. You guys get to know who wins. Conrad, how many times did I die when I attempted the Travancore Treasures run? Do you remember?
It's 35.
35 times. And about how long did it take me to complete it, was it?
14 days, I thought.
14 million years at least. No, I think it was like 17 minutes. I'm pretty sure that was shared somewhere in that ballpark.
It was an unreasonable amount of time.
You know what? Okay. I tried my best. You can't exactly give it 110%, all right? INVIACZ over on twitch.tv says my first run was 23 minutes. All right.
That's because, you were doing a practice run. See, look at that. But my final score was
5:45. That is really good progress. You're right. So let's talk about
the 17 minutes was Joe's serious run. That's the
that was my serious business. That was, first of all, it was the only run I did, I think, wasn't it? Was that the only run I did? Yeah, it was my serious run. All right. We're getting serious right now. Okay, so let's talk about the winners. What was Travancore Treasures? First of all, the Travancore Treasures game / experience was an experience focused on Southeast Asian cultural iconic settings, right? It was a museum, and you're going through talking about what the artifacts are, and we discussed this on a first live stream before it became a speed run. And we talked about some of the things that might be able to be changed for the experience to be optimized, to be a bunch of fun, to be a little bit more immersive, and that sort of thing. Then it transitioned forward into a contest supported by the Sandbox game, thanks to Meta League, who created it, adjusted it, tweaked it, and got the partnership deal. The article here, as written, says, we thank all the participants for sending in entries from all over the world for the Speedrun Challenge, conducted on Twitter from the 11th to the 20th of February, based on our very first game. We hope you enjoyed playing the game as much as we did in creating it. The entries were so close, almost neck and neck in some cases, that the only mere seconds made huge differences on the leaderboard. Our team was absolutely flabbergasted by some unique ways of bypassing our hurdles. Some of the participants even managed to find our little Easter egg shortcut platform. The video will show you how close the first 3 winners are. So we'll go ahead and watch these. It looks like it's about 5 minutes. I think we're gonna skip to the portion where we see how close it is, because you can see.
I want to see these openings here. Because look at these.
You can already see 3 totally different directions, or so it seems.
Right.
Maybe they're similar, but
these first 2 are going a different direction. Well, because you can get them out of order, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's the thing about the coins, is you can go any direction that you like, but you can see here that the user that's on the right side, that's getting a good time, is taking a totally different pathing.
Yeah, you have to map your own direction here for your speed run,
right?
Which is fantastic. I mean, I love the speed running in general. To see it
and you can
really transfer well into
rush
the sandbox
into the library. The right side is just a little bit behind, it looks like, on the librarian itself. But did they get more coins that the others couldn't get?
Right. He made a different direction.
There, a little.
Can you blow up the video for us so we can get
Sure.
Awesome.
This is exciting. I like this.
I'm into this. Where's our volume?
Sure
do we got any epic music?
I'm going to turn up the quality, all right? I'm going to turn up the quality for you guys.
Gotta turn up the quality.
Let's let that music beat. This is an exciting speed run for me personally, because, like, obviously I felt pretty good about my run when I first started, but also I knew that I made a lot of mistakes and that there was a lot of potential. But this entire video is just 5 minutes long, which makes me realize that.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of puts some things to shame, but
yeah,
that's fine. Right. That's fine.
Right.
How's it going, everybody? Just joining us here, and I'm gonna try my best to our friend on YouTube, Bungayo. It's nice to meet you as well, from Korea. Always good to have some folks all the way around the world saying hello as we watch Joseph be put to shame here.
Yes. So what broadcasters have in common is the beard. I find it very attractive. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey. My beard is not as full as I would like, actually. I feel like there's one definitive thing that came up when characters were creating. Somebody created an avatar asset of me once, and it has been lost to the pages of time. But the thing that really made it actually look like me is they left like one voxel block out of the beard for like this section of my beard. And I was like, man, that is spot on. It's too good.
It's just that one little spot.
It's too good.
These players are pro.
They're all over it.
This is intense.
I can track kind of where this was. And if you guys played Travancore Treasures, you can track this too, right? You kind of have an idea of where this running is coming and going from. But it looks like that person may have died or got hit. I don't know if they
we had some hiccups on our right side, so I'm curious.
It's interesting because they started out really strong by going for those coins that were kind of like off and out of the way on the side, and they were barely just behind. Look at this, hackers, dude. They just swung the sword through to get over the skeletons. Did you see that?
Yeah.
While they were about to fall, they just swung through it, and like it was fine. They just kept going up. Like, this is crazy fast. So good. Like I'm fixated on the right one, but it looks like the left side. Oh, they took it a little slower on these parkour jumps.
Oh.
Took it a little slower.
This guy in the center is
separation
nuts.
now.
I am impressed.
I'm looking at the right side and I'm thinking, I need to
look at how he's treating these. Oh my goodness. Oh, he almost fell. Do you see that? Oh,
I didn't. I'm watching the right.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, our friend in the center is
that's a big one. That's a big one. That'll get you.
It is.
That'll get you. Okay, but they're being patient. You're seeing them be patient around the skeletons. They're taking the hits. It doesn't matter. Oh, see, that's just pro gamer moves right there. They went for that coin off the ledge and just turned to the right, like whatever, that's fine.
Right.
Whereas
Look
I
at how
fell to
quick
my
he's
doom.
putting these in.
Yeah.
Look at how quick.
Yeah, it's like, what do we need? We needed this. We needed this. We needed this.
Done.
All right, we need that. Boom.
Center. Done.
Wait. Oh,
426.
yeah, you got to press enter. They didn't forget to press enter. You can see them pause there for a second before they place the last thing, and they push enter.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, let's look at first, second, and third here. All right. Raghuvaran Ravi won first place. Second place is Daniel 88885249, and third place Zummer Lai Zummer. All right. Well, let's see how this stacks up. All right, because you can see there was a 4th through 10th place section right here. So we're also overjoyed to announce we'll be giving prizes sponsored by Meta League for 5 lucky winners chosen at random from our contestant pool, who will be announced later. We look forward to hosting more contests in the future. We are proud to announce the winners. Check out the leaderboard for details. And we've got a keepscore.co. So if you'd like to see where you are, you can see the leaderboard last updated 1 day ago. And Conrad, I'm going to DM you this here on the live here. If you could share that in the chat. There we go. So you can see how everybody stacked up, how close you were to true first place as you go down. And these top 20 right here all have great times. There's no way I would have come anywhere close to this, in my opinion. You all are majestic. Yeah. And
these people crushed it.
Yeah, and the spread between 20 and first is over a minute. So, like, is there room to go higher, further, faster? You know what I mean? I think there is. I think
I was watching that center, folk, and yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. So
yeah. So the 4th through 10th positions, this is Knight K144, Joanne 644978881, and Sandboxer_gamer. I will win 00. Laughing to the y'all. All right. I am Go to America. Recognize that name from the chat. You were active in the chat. All right. Dr. Quintor. I don't know how to pronounce this. But 18 Jiji Hawiu. Did I destroy it? I did. I did my best. All right. I tried my best. Sanan GRV. Based Acid 2. Bass Origin. Phoenix 28. Tunaru. The Demi for Real. Cbox07 and Mr. _RD. All right. You all have won a sand allocation as sponsored by the Sandbox game. Now, allocation for sand in any one of these contests may take some time, just as a caveat, especially for partner-based situations, assuming that Meta League did not get the sand sent to them directly. If the Sandbox game sends the award as part of the partnership, then that may take a little while for it to go from Meta League's recordings to the, our administration side, and then out to the account to send out from the wallet. But you may have already received it. I don't know.
Gotta go all over the place.
Yeah, there's a little bit of coordination to happen. We're getting pretty big here in the Sandbox game these days, and it's wild. It's wild. So congratulations to those people who won the Meta League competition for Travancore treasures. And once again, I'd like to highlight my favorite thing about this particular speedrun is that it started here on this stream with somebody just saying, hey, I made this experience, let's get some feedback on it. And it turned into a play to earn experience for all these winners here. So let's get more of that, on this stream. Let's get more submissions from the folks in the community here who, if you're making a game and you're thinking it's pretty good, but I'd like to see it take it to the next level, or maybe you don't think it's good at all, right? And you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? Like, let's get started. Let's work together here on the stream. So if you do have a game that you would like to see submitted, please do put it in the chat here, and then we can keep a record of those games and try to play them to the best of our abilities. Of course, we have certain time constraints. So, in light of time constraints, yes.
Ilmead says, any chance we host something similar with the Ultimate Racing Hub game I'm finishing? You played the test before. Thank you.
Possibly.
We could play it again.
To be quite honest with you, I don't know who Meta League reached out to. So you may ask or connect with Meta League to figure out who they DM'd, basically, to see if we can do a contest like this. Because, you know, we don't have a lot of... or I'm not the guy who gets to make that call, right?
No.
I don't get to go like, hey, yeah, we're going to go do a 50K contest or whatever, right? But nonetheless, I imagine that Seb saw it because we're out here, we're having these conversations, we're sharing it on socials and that sort of thing, and reached out. Maybe it was the opposite direction, but ask the team at Meta League and you may have an opportunity to do so. All right, so let's get on to the first piece of news. White screen, sorry about that. There was a coding change in Brave browser that made it so that everything that is a base background isn't white, and I needed to read black text.
Oh, goodness.
Black on one day. So,
you're killing me.
Here we are. Sorry, light mode haters. It's real today. At the Sandbox Game posted just a number of hours ago, Residence 19 by Shift Space DE is now up for auction on OpenSea.io, and this ends tomorrow at 3 p.m. UTC. So you can see that this is the asset that we discussed, I think last week, where it's real in real life architects that designed a beachside modern experience.
This was our very first professional architects to join us here in the Sandbox.
Yeah. So let's open the auction and see where it is right now. So in this auction right now, it's currently slated at 4,200 sand, which is about 12,768. And in terms of recent price action for land, like within the last month or so, lands have been pretty consistently going in around this 15,000 mark without the architectural pieces. So interesting to see that now, and we'll see where it goes in 12 hours, because you already know, if you guys have ever participated in these auctions or looked at these auctions, that the last like 30 minutes is where everything is, right? Everything goes nuts and it blows up. So we'll see where that goes. If you're interested in picking up a land and you'd like to see that with some additional assets as well, then the auction, go to the Sandbox. Yes. Right.
And that full tour video, make sure to check that out because it was worth it.
It is very nice. It's a nice looking place. Honestly, it inspired me a little bit to working on some assets with this like modern home style. Yeah.
I'm normally into the that Victorian, right? But
okay.
But this is pretty cool.
Can you recreate that?
Everybody likes a
Conrad's gonna. He's just gonna break it out real quick in VoxEdit. He's just gonna do it.
Right.
Gonna do it real quick.
Just me, right? I'm just gonna have a custom corset.
Right? These are pros making assets in VoxEdit, translating them into the metaverse, and you can pick it up today. So yeah, that auction is ongoing. At the same time, the Sandbox Game posted yesterday around this time, we are actively hiring at the Sandbox Game. Check out open positions at careers.sandbox.game. These include Unity developers, game producers, game designers, level designers, 3D artists and animators, data scientists, full stack and backend web developers, CRM managers, and project managers. So this is, you can see the full details of each individual position at careers.sandbox.game. Oh, there are a lot of different full-time.
There's a lot going on as we're trying to expand here.
Yes. So you may be the kind of person who has experience in game design, especially with these tools. Maybe that's the kind of thing you're looking at. When you were talking about previously, folks have been asking us about the Game Maker Fund, and many of them didn't know that the Game Maker Fund was essentially, you could work on your own project with that pitch, but it was under guidance and certain rules and certain conversations, and you go back and forth with the team and you say what you need and they say what they need and all those sorts of things, right? But a game designer in this case would be partner projects, and you're working with those people. And narrative designers, same business. Maybe it's not partner projects. Maybe it's core metaverse, where we talk about the heroes and the oracles and the scientist factions, and you're working on the narrative for the in-house sort of the Sandbox play to earn sorts of narratives, right? So lots of cool things there. Conrad, can you send out the link to careers.sandbox.game for me?
Oh yeah, I was pulling it up here. Don't worry.
We've got, blockchain developers positions are open. Once again, level designers, social media manager if you are in the Hong Kong area. And Voxel artist in France. Interesting.
Link to our Twitter there, folks. Well. So you guys can get updated. And of course, the careers.sandbox.game.
Here we go. So the remaining pieces can be found over on our Twitter as we continue to discuss the news pieces. For the most part, there's one that is not. All right, so we've got another opportunity came up that is interesting. Not necessarily a community opportunity yet, but maybe an opportunity if you're living in the right region. SM Brand Marketing is partnering with the Sandbox to build a play-to-create ecosystem in the Sandbox. Our collaboration will produce NFT goods based on their IP, bringing a play-to-create ecosystem to the metaverse and more. The interesting thing about this piece and why I wanted to bring it up is if you click the find all the details, what is SM Brand Marketing? Okay, so a dedicated theme space tentatively entitled SM Town Land will be created in K-verse, a specialized area for K content in the Sandbox. Korean, kind of like K-pop, right? We just call it K-pop. This is Korean content, Korean verse, K-verse, K content.
All right.
And I think that's going to be really interesting to a lot of people who are watching the show. So if you're thinking about the diversity of the space, you're thinking about the creativity in this space, each one of these unique cultures and groups is bringing a nice component to the metaverse that you just can't find anywhere else. So I really love this partnership, and I'm super excited to see what comes out of the SM Brand Marketing space. And once again, if you're thinking outside the box as a creative, and you can kind of show them that you already know how to use the tools and you can create with their mentality in mind, and you're willing to work with that team in a different and dynamic way. If you're around the area and you're one of our Korean viewers, you may reach out to them and say, hey, I know how to use this tool. I have an idea of what you want. Do you need help with, your staff? Because yes, we have careers.sandbox.game openings there, but also all of these other companies coming in.
To add on to that, Joe, Ilmeets had a question about the contract when it comes to those jobs. They are all going to be a variety of various timings and contracts and whatnot. You're going to have to look into more details on the website there. So, but as you were saying there, Joe.
So yeah, I can actually give specifics on that. They are all of the contracts for the Sandbox.game are independent contractor contracts, except for those that are based in their core locations. So you saw like the Voxel asset creator in France,
right?
And then those who work out of the quality assurance in Argentina.
I believe, offices. There was a position in Argentina, all over the world. So
so
some of them are remote. So
yes,
go check it out,
they
folks.
Definitely are remote. I mean, I live in the west coast of the United States, which is as far away from Argentina as France as it basically gets. And but we work together. It's actually really easy. It's a lot of fun. The communication is simple. Like I can get to basically anybody. I just have to know who I need to get to. And there is a tree that just shows you like this person does this job. And you can go, okay, email this person. Okay, I needed that. Thank you.
Right.
And you just move on. It's a really chill, laid back sort of environment where people who are excited and dedicated to do the work can do that. So yes.
And our friend Big Papa Duke in the chat. Don't worry, Mikhail. There is he's a friendly ambassador here in the Discord. So no sweat there. They're saying we're gonna hire out Big Papa, and I'm like, oh yeah, don't worry.
So
we see the talent.
Our friends over on YouTube say when it comes to K-pop, it's BTS. I wish BTS would perform in the Sandbox, and
oh,
I agree with you immensely, but also if we could have twice performing fancy, all right, in the sandbox, that's what I'm talking about. All right, that's K-pop to me. So I like BTS, but there's opportunities all over the place, right? For all the different partnerships all around the world, we're seeing lots of interesting and new creative opportunities. So I'd like to see some more of that for sure. All right, so let's move on to the next piece. Here we go. The doggies at the Snoop avatars posted. This was February 24th. Today, the reveal. Already, this has been done. All right, on OpenSea, full 3D, the Sandbox game avatar, animation preview, 2D image possibilities, 3D meta environment, and music. All right, so you guys may have minted for 150 sand, and if you did, well on you. You got yourself a great deal. The Doggies avatar that you'll be able to use inside the Sandbox Metaverse. If you did, you can see those right here. We can see some of them. And
love them.
These are just the ones that have bids, which allows me to get you a little visual diversity here, because if I go sort by buy now, it's mostly those people seem to be taking them on a sense of rarity, but you've got different types of doggy assets. I actually really like this one with the little sandbox chain right here.
I'm digging that too.
There's so many cool ones. Like I actually like that one as well. The jersey on him. Like there's some clear iconic Snoop pieces in this set that each individual, I guess I'm gonna say like random chance to roll has been achieved with. I see some people putting up some meme prices that are fun, but I'm gonna.
Oh, we got our 69s and 420s.
Did anybody in the chat? There we go. The Mythical Yeticorn says they got a robot. Did anybody in the chat get a gold?
I forgot to look if there was a golden doggy.
There definitely is
Snoop
a golden
dog.
doggy, but I already know that it's going to be up here, like on the. Let's
it's going to be ridiculous, right?
Let's do a minimum of 2 ETH and see if there's even a golden anywhere close to that. We'll say buy now because I want to see. Oh, yeah, all right, okay. Wait, I thought I did $2. LOL. Look at me. Look at me. All right, let's try that again. All right, now we're seeing some of the fans, the actual doggies. And I kind of like with this particular collection, I like that the sort of percentage chance rarity is almost signified by the background colors on these.
Yeah, they got us an extra signifier there.
Yeah, it makes it really quick and easy to be like, okay, I was looking for a blue one, or I was looking for an alien one, or a green, and just go like, okay, well, I just need a blue background. Where do I find one of those? So I really like these. And I can't wait to see golden is 100 ETH. Is that what you just said? Did you just? All right.
You did say golden is 100 ETH.
I'm going to check this again. I'm going to check 50.
Doggy number 2060. So
that's
2060.
That's all golden. That's golden.
Gold on gold.
Oh, this is a 1 of 1. Oh.
He's it.
That's a 1 of 1. That's a 1 of 1.
We got our link for him here in the
That's awesome.
In the chat as well.
That's awesome. These are great.
Oh man.
Here we go. Do a little happy dance, dude. Do a little happy dance. I'm gonna turn off the ground here real quick.
That's nuts.
Dance that PBJT, dude. These are awesome. Just sit idle. No. Just get zen with it, dude. Just get zen. You're a king. You're all gold. All gold everything. Just a pirate's vault. Just a pirate's vault. He's the luckiest person on the planet today. Anyway, so I'm super excited about the doggies. I can't wait to see them in the metaverse. Can't wait to see you guys hanging out, running around. But let's talk
Physiology. Physiology says yes. You can add animations to OpenSea?
Yes.
Right.
The avatar assets have the option to do that. Yeah, OpenSea renders it just fine. And then there's also a static image option so that you could show it off in an NFT showcase if you wanted it to maybe not be your avatar, but also be inside your experience to be like, yeah, I got this. So the last bit about the doggies, I want to leave a special shout out here So Voxel Bunny, if you're listening, thank you for your hard work, your dedication to that project. It took a lot of time, a lot of effort to make that happen. Putting that together for the community is all thanks to Voxel Bunny. So if you guys had an opportunity to reach out to them on Twitter, do it. Say thanks. They did a great job.
For real. It's a wonderful collection, and I'm excited to see all of these doggies running around in this next alpha.
All right, so we got another shout out here for course number 2 for the Squiggly Learn to Earn across the Sandbox. This is an independent group that you may have seen on an interview here on this show that is working to help you get the skills you need in the Sandbox game, along with partners in this community, partners that may actually be in the chat right now with us. Magic of Voxel. Magic of Voxel is a software that is similar to VoxEdit, where you can export scenes out from Magic of Voxel and use them inside the Sandbox game. We've seen situations like this. I don't know if the tool is a little bit harder to find now, but you could possibly create a space in Magic of Voxel and then export it out as a land. In the past, right. That has been a situation. So Game Dizzy is going to teach folks how to use Magic of Voxel, mass producing voxel assets for the metaverse. That is this Saturday, February 26th, 5 p.m. UTC. All right, 12 p.m. Eastern time, their local time. Then you've got VoxEdit Animation, making custom animations in the Sandbox game, like those we saw on those Snoop avatars just a second ago. This is featuring Big Vox Bear. Live kickoff of that is Sunday, February 27th. That is 5 p.m. UTC as well. And then if you want to know how to start streaming the Sandbox content, Half Dork. Live kickoff Wednesday, March 2nd at 3 p.m. UTC. And if you do know how to stream that Sandbox content and you are streaming at the end of these shows, then we can raid you and get you a bigger audience to start getting more exposure for your games, your content, get more feedback from more people that aren't just me, and, get one step closer to a successful metaverse experience for you, those creators. So many of these folks who are, as King of Crypto says, very skilled streamers, started just like you, right? They joined in a stream just like this. They were hanging out, they were having fun, chatting, learning, and then stepped into it, played with the tools for a while, learned some good skills, and they're passing those skills down to you now. So the coolest thing about this community is that each and every week, there's always a new face that we see in the chat that's learning for the first time, and they're taking it with courses like what Squiggly is doing here and bringing it back.
Which is so cool. I'm very excited on all that. Can I kick off some questions real quick, Joe?
Absolutely, Conrad. Please do. Please do.
So we have Mark Joseph Bago. I'm probably butchering that on Facebook, asking if we can check out their NFT collection, which is Discover the Philippines. I've got our link for that. It's going to be in the Sandbox assets as well. So I'll be sending that over to you. So we got a little bit of activities for the evening.
Okay.
Already picking off. So we can check out that.
Let's see here. Where is it? It's in the current game. Nope.
Oh, I'll send it to your.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have access to that on my alt.
Right.
Yeah.
There you are.
All right, let's pull it up here.
And then Michael on YouTube says, okay. Are the NFTs in the Sandbox assets unusable in the metaverse, since I heard Santa Wizzy is not usable in the metaverse? Confused on which ones are usable, which ones are not.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Excellent question.
That is a good question. So the question about the Santa Wizzy asset itself, there's two kinds, or I guess I'm going to say three kinds now. There's three primary kinds of assets in the Sandbox game. There are, and we have a great example with the Snoop assets. Okay, they're NFTs like this Snoopverse Early Access Pass, right? Let's look at this one as an example. This was minted in December of 2021, gives you access to certain activities and participations for the Snoopverse, which is all of the Snoop Dogg's land, right? And those that they're in. So if you pick this up, you own it as something that you can showcase in your creations in the Sandbox Game Maker. Otherwise, you have it as a collectible in your OpenSea collection, like all other collectibles kind of are, right? And then if you go back into the Santa Wizzy is actually like that asset that I just showed, except it's more like this Aurora Rob. And I don't know who created this, but you can see some of the animations have loaded up now. So you got warrior detection, right? When it notices that an enemy is in space, it animates and it does these things. So all these predefined animations, the Santa Wizzy is one of these, where it is a humanoid creation that has, we'll do the 3D view, but it can be used as the main protagonist in your story. If you want to make the override from your main character, you can do that. So you could say, hey, we're overriding your avatar, and now you're playing as Aurora Rob or Santa Wizzy. Or you can make them the antagonist, one of the characters in there that you have to fight. Or you can make them an NPC in your space that's there to have the conversation. So you've got lots of opportunities throughout there.
Right. This is your Rasta boss fight right here.
Now, Snoop Dogg, all those assets that were just minted for the doggies are different than both of those because they can replace your avatar. So that means that all of those Snoop assets have an opportunity to wear wearable NFTs, which is the third side. So the first is the Aurora Robs and the Santa Wizzies, and these are NPCs or replace your avatars or be your big bad boss, do whatever you want. Then there's the avatars themselves. So all the doggies are usable whether you have a land or not. You go in and you have a great time. And then you have the equipments, which are once again usable, but not usable in all experiences. You can only use those in combat-based experiences inside the metaverse. So social hubs will not have swords and hats at this time. So hopefully that clears that up.
Right.
I know there's a complex answer.
And then to continue on, Mikey Human Official says, I can't upload my experience because I have multiple assets that unpublished. How do I publish it, though?
Sure. So at this time, the only way to publish an experience into the gallery, if you have custom assets that you put into it, is to get those custom assets manually approved by moderators like myself. So that process is only allowed for at this time because of the outstanding amount of work that it is during game jams. So if you're creating for the game jam that's going on right now, we have the Retro Gaming Game Jam that started on the 22nd and it's ending. Let me pull that up again. Here. I'm gonna pull it up just so I know. The Retro Gaming Game Jam officially launched on the 21st or the beginning of the 22nd. Deadline to complete it is the 28th February, so the end of this month at 11:59 p.m. UTC. So the second it ticks over to March 1st in UTC time, this competition's over. If you're creating for that Retro Gaming Game Jam, then you just submit into the form on this page here to get your assets right here. Just submit your game to the following form link. You have to submit your assets to this form link here. And once
Hopefully
you get that
answers your question there, Lil Nori, as well.
Yeah.
Which was, what email do I send for my assets? So there you are. It's going to be directly on your forums there.
So this is, if you don't know where this is, you can go to medium.com/sandbox-game to find the article for the Retro Gaming Game Jam. And then you can, there's the two links. So you submit all your assets here. You're not going to be able to submit your game into the gallery until after your assets are approved. So you can see here, there's a little time in this game jam. It says that submissions will be gathered from the 28th of February until the 13th of March, meaning that if you can't submit it before the 28th of February 2022 because your assets weren't approved for some reason, there's a lot of work to approving these assets. In the last game jam, there was like, I can't remember, 200 or more games that they had to play, review, and for each one of those games there was an average of, I think, 50 custom assets. Maybe I'm undershooting this because I wasn't part of the team. This is just what I can remember. And so, you know, how much time does that take to approve all of those? On top of that, you know, every time we go through and approve these in a manual way, for now, just to make sure that you're not, you know, using copyright content or, you know, trying to put up something like really illicit, you know, those sorts of things require a lot of manual work at this time. And we are working on subsystems to replace and fix that, that are right around the corner. But for now, you know.
Right. And that does kind of coincide with Cyber Phoenix Studios up in the chat. How's it going? Okay. Saying, is everybody working on their retro games? I think there are some folks out there making Harvest Moons, all sorts of Castlevania-esque games. I'm excited to see some folks.
That'll be fun.
Poke
That'll
through.
Be fun. Can't wait
and
to
then
see
WebDev asked us, I'm thinking about putting an age messenger at the start of my games so the map will change based on the content. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
Personally, I don't think it's a good idea. Purely because I want to be able to do all the content in each one of the games I step into, and generally when it comes to Sandbox, the things that are gonna be, you know, that have an age limit to them are gonna be, you know, language and is there gambling, right? And that's gonna be dependent on your country. So, loaded question for me. What do you think?
Yeah,
Joe?
I think it's interesting because if you have, so there's an experience that's being developed right now in the Game Maker Fund where, just throwing it out there, one of the main characters from the original art, and in order to stay true to the source of the art, has just got like an exposed breast, you know, and it's a voxelized form and whatever it is, what it is. But so to a certain extent, you could say that's mature content, but also for almost every region in the world right now, in order to be able to get a crypto wallet, you're supposed to be 18. Now, of course, to a certain extent, we can all, you know, we still want to do the measures to go like, yes, I am 18, so that you subvert legal liabilities or whatever and be like, that kid lied, you know. Now, that doesn't also mean that you can't have people who just don't want to see that stuff. You know, like you go into a game like, I think, didn't the last Doom have something like this? Where like you could just choose not to have like ultra gory blood?
Oh, no, that was just always on.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But there are definitely games where like you can go, okay, you know, it's not going to be that way.
You get the choice, right?
Right. So I think to that point, that I think is an interesting idea, to like redesign maybe some assets that have like a graphic option and a less graphic option, or a lewd option and a less lewd option, if that's the kind of way you want to go about it. And then when you click that button, the only thing that you will want to remember is that the second that you give them that option, they have to fully reload basically the whole game, because all of your assets are going to get boop and then boop, you know, disappearing and reappearing to be compatible with your feelings.
Well, I mean, you'd make it so the map itself would lock and unlock instead of reloading the assets. So different areas would be available.
Like that. I mean, it could work like that, I guess, but it's still the same problem that you would want to optimize the game by making all of the assets you're not going to use just disappear based on the button push.
I think the implication that Webb was going after was that you would essentially have two different variants of the same game on the map already loaded, but you lock yourself out, right? when you say that I'm not 18, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is it's the same. Like, I guess you could just put an invisible wall in front of the one on the right, like the right half of the map, but then you lose half the map. Whereas when you do it in the game maker, you can design it in such a way where, yes, this one action causes all of these trigger events to happen, and then it goes and everything just disappears that doesn't need to be there, or rather does appear on either of the two options. Maybe nothing is there by default and you select it and it goes and just as DJ EJ says,
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even do it right now.
So folks have been asking in the chat, and I want to address this one too, the alpha discussion that we've been talking about, the alpha season.
Oh, okay.
2.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Okay.
Casper Ghost said, "Hey Joseph, 2 weeks ago you said there would be a full announcement for Alpha 2. Any update on that one?"
Yeah.
What do you got, Joe?
Here's the full thing. Let's see. A full flow playtest was performed last week. Very positive results on all features, including claim, season progression, blank, tracking. Check the quality assurance report for more details. Final game client builds, PC and Mac, will be used for a playtest from Monday, February 21st. So the critical thing as we discuss all these different things is, yes, Radical Walk Mac.
Yes, and also Radical Walk. Yes. We do answer questions here, as you previously asked. We just get a ton of them, so
we do get a ton of them, and it's always going to be that way. Where like we do want to try to hit them in order. But this was 3 days ago, weekly live ops report that I get in an email, and I do like to get you the information that's relevant, real, that doesn't spoil, doesn't fully spill the beans, but does tell you about those things. Little Legion org says player progression. That's a beans. That's a spill the beans. Little Legion, turns out you were doing player progression before. This is there's a better player progression system that isn't going to be in this upcoming alpha that we're working on. How about that? How about that for real beans? How about that?
Those are actual beans. Write this down, folks. Hold on a second.
But it's so far away, right? I mean, that's a long way away. Like I can see roadmap going into next year.
Important. We're gonna be here next year, so I'm not sure.
That's true. That's true.
What part of the problem there is? Like,
all right, let's see here.
We're full circling it.
So yeah, the question was when announcement, and essentially when announcement is the second that things are done to tested, because it's a bad idea to make an announcement on the full details of it and then have it not be ready for that date that you already announced, right? So when I was talking about it's probably a week away for the official announcement that would lead into the date, that ended up getting pushed a week because, as we talked about last Friday, there were 24 bugs fixed and 15 found. Well, let's get the 15 fixed and then go like, okay, this is good, it's playable, it's not going to crash when you do this experience or when you play that space, things like that. We don't want you to have a bad experience while you're playing. So if it takes another week, then that's fine. Unfortunately, we don't want it to take another week, but also we want to make sure that you have a good time and that it feels good and it looks good. So
right. Our friend over here on YouTube also asks, is the Game Maker Fund going to come back?
The Game Maker Fund is kind of didn't leave. What day is it? When did that close? I think that was the 21st. Right? I mean, so it just kind of shifted.
There's just a lot of folks attempting to get in, and it used to be, as we discussed on Tuesday with Alex, when Joe wasn't here. We discussed a little bit about this. It's more of the idea that they really want to give everybody trying to apply full feedback, and if you were denied, the reasons why, instead of being left on red, that kind of thing. And now there's just so many people applying. They're trying to change up the formula on how they're going about it. So,
right. And kind of more over, you can see how the same resources are being kind of reallocated as well to partners to help make this system still exist, but in a different way. Like you saw the grant for the Metaverse grants, $250,000 per team. That I think has finished applications now, but you know that was a huge funding operation for loads of teams, and for things that aren't just games, right? They could be music experiences, they could be social hubs, they can be whatever.
Right.
Lots of different.
Don't worry, guys. We do know Jazz Wolf. We will be we'll be checking out that collection. It was requested early on in the stream. We're excited to see that one.
I got it up right over here, but for whatever reason, we were talking about the Retro Gaming Jam to address the questions.
We're all over the place. There's so many questions.
We got a lot going on today. A lot going on. Ali M's already waiting for giveaway time. We haven't even played a game, friend.
Right.
Like we're just. This is like it's a Thursday, but it feels like the start of the week for me because we were out for the 2 days.
Yeah, you were gone. So
yeah,
and we decided to take a holiday on Monday, and
I mean that was a holiday. I didn't decide. I don't get to decide the holidays. I'm not the president of the United States or something.
You know I'm giving you poop because I was ready and good to go, folks. And then Joe's like, wait a second, we don't got anything
yet. All right.
Oh, yet. There we go.
So
what do we got here?
One more thing to note since we're spilling the beans here, because we talked about this earlier. We talked about avatars and how the Snoop assets are avatars. So that's something to take note of as the metaverse continues to expand. That those Snoop assets, if you're talking about usability, right? They're not just an amazing collectible. They have lots of tangible function, including being your personal representation inside of the metaverse. So it'll be interesting when I get the first chance to see. I want to see how many people are going to swarm a live stream like this one as a doggy, you know, because when we get into the upcoming alpha, we're going to do what we did last time. And that is to stream 5 days a week alpha content, the live. What happened? What released? What changed? So during the duration of the alpha, if we haven't already mentioned this, we will change the schedule so that we won't have a Saturday show and we will have a Wednesday show. Just to get that good. As requested by Jazz Wolf and back in the community, I'm gonna show off.
Yeah,
what did I just do?
Let's check out some of these this collection here.
What happened?
I got you. Don't worry, it's in your alternate chat there as well.
Okay. Alt chat. I think I already clicked this, but for some reason we moved off the page.
We did. Collection 57 here. And yeah, DJ EJ. If you don't know what to do on Wednesdays, if you show up a little bit earlier, approximately 4 hours earlier on Wednesday, you can still join us here, but it'll be Alex and our good friend Lucas is right.
Yeah. And we also had the Saturday stream and the Monday stream. So if you want to learn how to create with VoxEdit, join us on Monday at the earlier time block. You can join us on Saturday as well in the earlier time block. And if you're up late, then you can come hang out with us as well later.
Right. And then Galador asks, hi, Joseph. If you could clarify what they mean by gathering submissions. The deadline to complete and submit your entries from the 28th to the 13th of March, I believe. Oh, here we go. In continuation to that, because if the assets aren't approved by the 28th of February, we can't submit our entry in the gallery.
Right. And that's the thing, Galador. That's the core bit, is that you can submit your, basically you can't adjust your game beyond the 28th of February. You can't adjust your experience, whatever you created for the Retro Gaming Jam.
Yeah, whatever is judged is judged.
Right. So in terms of all the core things about it, the code, the layout, those sort of things, those things can't be adjusted, and that's trackable. It's easy for us to see on the back end, like when you've made adjustments. So for that, to that point, the submissions If it takes, for any reason, us longer to approve assets, then that's where that 28th of February to the 13th of March, where we reach out to you and say, okay, all your assets are approved, click go, it goes to the gallery, and then we can look at it. But based on the way that the gallery works now, it's easy to identify if you're working out of time, because when you click submit to the gallery, it goes in the order in the gallery of origination of your creation. So all of those that started on the 22nd are going to be, you know, probably now on like page 10 when you submit it, or page 5, whatever, if you submitted it right now. Even though you submitted it, it doesn't go to page 1. It goes from when you created it. Amused Music says, hey, I won a hat on 2-3, but I haven't received it in my Sandbox account. Is there anything I need to do to accept it? 1 second. Let's have a look here. Amused Music. 2-3 would have been a regular Wizzy hat. 2-3. Where are you? 2-3? Is it 2-2? Amused Music. If you're having issues with that, and you could send, because I don't see you on the form, but I don't see all of the streams. If for any reason that you're expecting that, please send me over a video clip of when you won, when it was announced on the stream, because we announced those names out loud, and then we can get it corrected for you.
Yeah, I jumped through a mini hoop here, but that's just for security message.
Yeah, and Galador87 says, I get that, but we can't submit to the gallery if we have unapproved assets. So if the assets aren't approved until the 28th, we can't submit, right? That's correct, Galador. You couldn't click submit to the gallery, but once again, it's going to go on age of origination for your project. So they're going to go in the order appropriately. So basically, you would stop creating on the 28th if you can't already submit it. You probably can, quite frankly. Like Andy, myself, some ambassadors are helping with the asset approvals, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of stuff going into this. But let's step on into the NFT collection announcement here, as was requested by Jazzwolf.
We see your questions here, folks. Don't worry, we'll get to you, DJ EJ, along with you, Radical Block. That is a loaded question. I got you. Don't worry. Getting them off to the side. But let's check out this collection real quick. How's it going, Electronics?
So first of all,
nice to see you in the chat.
First of all, we got some good soup right away. Oh, that actually looks good.
That does look like some delicious soup.
Got some shrimps in there?
Good soup.
That's good soup. Got a lot of shrimp in there, actually. That I would legit eat the soup. Delicious. Good soup. Looks like a big bowl. How big is this bowl? You know? Oh, it has moved. Oh my goodness. It moves. You can cook with it. You put it on the countertop.
Can I spill the soup?
You can't spill the soup. It doesn't appear to spill. There's an idle. There's a moving. Then there's a static option, which would be no spoon. No spoon in your soup. So you got options. Put this in the metaverse right there.
No, I appreciate that.
All right. So
think of everything, folks.
Philippine jeepney. This is cool. Looks kind of like a bit of a tour bus. Is it a tour bus? Yeah, there's some bench seating in there. What are some of the use cases for a jeepney, chat?
A jeepney? Yeah. Is that a common vehicle in the Philippines? I'm really not.
I don't know. I'm familiar. I'm here to get educated right now.
Yeah, for real.
Let's see if I can jeepney. Okay.
And don't forget, chat. Still ask your questions. I'm keeping them off to the side. We're just checking some stuff out.
Jeepneys, sometimes called jeeps, are buses and the most popular means of public transit, ubiquitous in the Philippines.
Hey, nice. There we go.
Cool. And they're always known for being interesting, like creatively decorated like this. That's very cool.
So Meta Nerd 69's already in here. Giveaway time?
Not yet. Can we eat the soup? Raka Aja says. You know, you can program it to appear to eat the soup. Yes. So what you could do, theoretically, is if you place the soup down, let's say you had it in static, right? You had it in static, it's sitting on a table. You had your user come up to the soup, and they use the action button It can cause a series of events happening through triggers, where you could have it like be moving. So it looks like your character eats the soup a little bit, and then have like a heal go off in the area where the heal just gets destroyed after like a second or something, so that it only heals you for 1 pip. So you could be like, I ate some soup, boop, got healed for 1, you know, or what have you, and continue on with your experience if you wanted to do it that way. That would be an interesting opportunity. All right, so let's continue to look through here.
I'd like to see an empty bowl with the same.
See, that's that's interesting. So one of the reasons why that's really hard to do, Conrad, and why it's a great idea, but you probably have to make the bowl thicker, is that the voxels have to go somewhere. Yeah.
Right.
So if you do want to make it empty, like it looks like the shrimp are certainly thin enough where you could have made it so that it was just down to like the broth portion of the soup, or like a couple of, you know, take the shrimp and move them out here in an eaten status instead of like static. So now there's no more, you know, there's no more shrimp, there's no more greens, you know, that sort of thing. But RD
0007 inside of the chat says, I'm going to butcher this for your entertainment. Sinigang se myoso nen salmon?
Salmon, yes. Okay.
That was the name of the soup.
Sinigang sa miso na salmon.
Yeah, there you go.
So
I'm going to pronounce that in the worst way
Sinigang
possible.
enough, but give me a break, you know what I mean? I'm just a dumb American over here. Sinigang is a Filipino super stew characterized by its sour and savory taste. Most often associated with tamarind. Ooh, I love tamarind. Okay,
see, now we could get behind this. Yeah.
I can use other sour fruits and leaves as the souring agent. It's one of the more popular dishes in Filipino cuisine. Oh, and you can see, you know, they're doing the real work. They're doing the real mental work right here, because they were looking at this good soup, and they're seeing the salmon right there, seeing the little fillet of salmon, get the shrimp in there. All right, it's delicious.
Galador says maybe leave a little bit of soup at the bottom. Try and leave some hiding space. There we go.
Because if you did just leave a broth there, you could like pile all of those other things down and into where the broth is at the bottom, and make it look like it's almost empty, like you did eat it. Rizal Park. All right, I like this. So the thing that I want to note about this park right away that I do like is you can see these sections where in certain portions they've intentionally texturized it, and in other portions they used flat assets. And this helps if you want to have an optimized game experience for your end user, that you take these faces where it's possible and make them flat, like voxel rectangles, that you can essentially, they become the polygon in a structure when it renders in the client. So, you know, the flags are 3-ish actual polygons. The colors become textures in Unity. You know, the asset here, the statue in the middle, has just a couple of polys on it, but the sides here, these rigid edges that are like texturized, those themselves are going to cause a lot of additional unneeded lag. Now, overall, for the size and scale of this asset, it doesn't have as many faces as you might think, and it's quite good. It looks good while also being optimized to be good. So this I like about these assets. You don't see that in a lot of like people who are first starting out in the sandbox game tend to not do that, where they will make something and they'll go, voxels means making everything look like that aliased or, you know, texturized effect.
Right. Have that cubed look to it, right? It doesn't need to.
We got cake. We got, what do we got? This right, nice roast pig right here. We got kebabs on both sides.
Kebabs.
Little kebabs.
Some good,
I don't know what this is.
Good kebabs.
Somebody explain to me what this is over here in the side here on the table. You guys are making me hungry, DJ.
Is it
same.
Is it a garnish? What do we?
Spaghetti is ready. Like I could go eat.
No.
spaghetti that my wife, who is a mom, made, so I could eat mom's spaghetti. But
are your palms sweaty?
My palms are actually literally sweaty always. So
Rocky Wait says it could be deviled eggs.
Plated deviled eggs. I like it.
Yeah, no idea.
I'm seeing they're in different colors. Maybe
I'm
it's
into it.
A cookie. Lechon. There we go. RD 0007 says, I was living in the Philippines for a few years. I used to order that soup weekly because of how delicious it is. I like it.
Oh, Shaika says it is, hopefully I said that right, rice cakes.
Oh, rice cakes.
Or
lechon? Yeah.
Lechon?
Okay.
Oh, the pig itself is the lechon? I can't.
Beautiful souvenir store here.
Woo.
Little souvenirs, multi-floor. Critically, in a good way, you'll see that this particular asset, and this is a notable thing about when you make a building, it only has a 3D view and doesn't have animations. That's a good thing when you're buying a building in the Sandbox game, because assets that have animations built into them in buildings and things like that will end up being like they'll have a hitbox around the whole volume of the space. Whereas in this example here, this is a building that you can traverse, you can create, put NPCs in it. You can
take a look in it and hang out, right?
Exactly. Go add flags to it, dance around in there, have a good social space, do whatever you like with this. But this house, or the souvenir store rather, beautiful work. I mean, it's got great detail in the shutters, the fact that you're going to be able to see inside this space from basically anywhere. So there could be a quest in the inside of here, or some NPCs walking around doing work. You could see that happening while you're outside. I really like this asset. It's super nice. It probably is. I mean, I would live here. Even though it's a souvenir store, I would live above my souvenir store. All right, we got Tandang Sora Shrine. All right, let's see if I can zoom in on this.
This is excellent.
Does this exist in real life? Because it looks like a statue situation that this shrine would exist in the real world. Let me see if I can find that. I'm gonna try to find that. This exists.
Go ahead and read that description there, Joe. That might help you out a little bit.
It probably would. It totally does.
There we go.
Totally does. Wow.
I love this.
Wow.
I'm looking at the asset on my
Filipino
my
revolutionary mother of the Katipunan and the Grand Woman of the Revolution.
Grand Woman of the Revolution. I'm gonna have to look into this. This is so cool.
Let's see what the real deal looks like here.
These assets are available, This is a collection here.
Oh yeah,
that we're taking a look at upon request.
Relative to the original, like kind of in a side by side. This is wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Like look at.
Oh goodness.
Super accurate.
Oh man, I wonder. Oh yeah, Chilios is right along with me. How long did it take you to do that? I was wondering the same thing, just getting the detail.
Well, the creator here at 5LQD, and they created some really cool things so far. But it's very interesting, and you've got published 18 pages of assets.
Right. This shrine though, this has got me. That's for sure.
The ground,
appreciate it.
Marbled. You've got oh man, that's cool. That's really cool. I like this.
But as we get to 7:16 here, Joe, in the end of the hour.
Yes. I almost called you
at
Alex.
The end of our time.
Rad Condad. I almost called you Alex.
That'd be fine. Lots of you got this inside of the YouTube chat. I appreciate that. We should probably move on to something, and then while you're getting that set up, some questions.
I'm gonna move on to. I feel like this is a good Q&A stream. I think we got all of our Q&A out. Tomorrow it's gonna be all gaming. So what I need from you folks in the chat right now is to tell us what we're playing tomorrow, and then in the meantime, I'm gonna get this form ready for you so we can do a Wizzy.
Don't worry, FG Hanzo, I got you. we got our Q&A out there, but I do got some questions for some folks real quick, Joe.
All right.
We'll give some mercy to the chat before we get our forum out there. So DJ EJ asks, the forum for the Retro Game Jam only works once. So if we're going to be passing out multiple submissions, how do we do that? Should we just tag them on Twitter?
No, you don't submit to that form until you're done with the thing. What I mean when I say submit in the case is not
Omnimorphs,
on the form,
not
but
retro.
In the
not retro Game Jam, DJ EJ says. The Omnimorphs.
Omnimorphs. I don't know what in my mind. I can't place that. What are you?
Not quite sure on that one. What do you mean,
for whatever reason, that's off my brain. It's off my. I can't connect. Tools of Equilibrium. Tools of Equilibrium contest. I see. I see what you're saying.
Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. Let me click the doc. Let me click the doc real quick. Name, answer, GIF, additional images, asset name.
I see you, Lee. Don't worry.
Okay, so make all of your creations, submit them all at once on the same form.
All at the same time?
Yeah, literally. So you got GIF image or GIF image, and then you got additional images. Hopefully you can do GIFs in the additional images. If you have an issue with that, then let me know.
Can't do that. I tried.
Can't do it.
Only had one file.
All right.
Big oof.
Okay. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna get it fixed. I'm gonna get it fixed. So
you're gonna get it
fixed? More than once. But
okay.
That's gonna run into another problem where some people are probably gonna try to spam it, scam it, whatever, and we're gonna have to filter that out. So
we'll figure it out.
It might make the voting take a little longer.
We might have more answers for you on that one. Excuse me, tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm asking right now to get this fixed.
Literally right now. Yeah. But to continue on, Radical Walk says our Twitter is at CyberApeAge. We have 25K bump. The entire project is Sandbox oriented and showing the game maker our games and other games the team enjoyed. I'm on the team of CyberApeAge. How do we get partnership with the Sandbox? There is some easy and wonderful ways. I may have already been answered for you, but I'm going to go ahead and post it for all of you wonderful people with trying to get into the Sandbox partnership. There's some information for you.
There we go. There we
Partner
go.
with us here. We'd love to have you. And Chi Wei Han, once again, I'm going to be awful with names. Can we use our avatars to speak using mics? Can we speak in the Sandbox yet? Is that a thing?
There is not currently voice chat enabled in proxy or in main. Meaning, no, not yet. But
not yet.
It's not we're only in version 0.6.15 right now.
And
large feature.
The final question of the night. I'm gonna go ahead. We'll do two more. D Electronics says, because this is a quick one. Will there ever be an asset category for food?
Food?
For food.
Maybe. Is there enough food? Do we want just a food category? Why not?
Right.
Why not? So I'm gonna do a little bit more spill the beans on this one real quick. Included in one of the upcoming Game Maker updates is the ability to, but not yet. How do I want to phrase this? Let's just say that you can put tags on your stuff the same way that you can put tags on your posts on socials, or you can put tags on your Medium articles or your blogs on WordPress.
Right.
So that just exactly what Chelio says. How about subcategories? Now, how does that apply to VoxEdit? I don't remember seeing something like that yet, but probably
something.
I think so, but I don't pay that much attention to the VoxEdit updates, if I'm quite honest with you. That's more of a PandaPops thing. So Now,
both
that doesn't
both
mean
YouTube and Twitch are going hashtag beans, and they can't even see each other. They have no idea that they're both going hashtag beans
no
right
idea.
now. I love it.
It's great. But the interesting thing about that is that when I tell you things like that right now, that's not to say that it's happening next week, right? That means that it's somewhere. And when does it happen? Eventually. Because in the list of priorities for things that essentially need to be there, you know, the ability to use a search function in the Game Maker at all was something that became a rush priority after the last Game Jam. It was on the radar somewhere, and then after the last Game Jam, everybody went, hold up. Hey, we better get a search function.
Right.
You know? Like, they needed it now. And so it was like, push it to the front.
When you talk like that, you make me want to use my soundboard.
Yeah. Can't do it. Can't do it, Conrad. Can't do it. We can't promote that illicit content on this live stream.
Right. But for our final question of the night, as you post our forum here, FG Hanzo asks, Joe, Con, I know we're not getting any sneak peeks, but about Alpha Season 2. But it was mentioned before that the Alpha Dragon might be mountable sometime in the future. Any news concerning that? Can we ride that dragon?
I don't. So that kind of goes back to the VoxEdit updates that, if I'm quite honest with you, I'm not paying close enough attention to tell you off the top of my head if that's going to happen. If Alex is saying that in the future a thing might be mountable, that's the person who's going to know, because Alex would have to be the person in charge of and creating the mount points and the interactions between avatar assets and mountable units. That said, you know that horses already are a template in the asset for VoxEdit, or, you know, quadrupeds of that size. And that would mean that it's probably relatively easy to adjust the template to include a mount point on something like the dragon, but the already minted dragons may not be compatible with that function retroactively. That's the part where I'm not that deep into it to give you an honest answer with that. But, you know, future dragons, well, why not? Sure. I mean, it's possible. You just have to, you know, go ahead and open up the thing right now and get a quadruped that looks like a dragon and use that mounting point that's in there, you know, be the future you want to see in the world, and then sell it on the marketplace later at sandbox.game.
You know, when are the dragons coming?
Which dragons? You know?
When dragon?
What if I told you, Conrad, that a year ago, roughly, probably, there was a dragon that was sold. Not sold.
Oh?
It was given to you for free for buying premium land bundles.
What?
Yes. Back when lands were just $48 and premium lands were like $150. You could get an alpha. Well, you could get a dragon. This is pre-dragon. All right.
We could talk all day, Joe. We need that forum out here. The chat is dying.
Oh, the chat's coming in the chat's dying.
The chat's dying. 5 minutes here.
Here's the thing, folks. If you want to win a Wizzy themed NFT, Wizzy the Green Hat, then you can win that by filling out the form right here on your Facebook.com, Twitch.tv.
Julius is
chat.
Julius has got our call back here. Does that dragon walk backwards?
That dragon does not walk backwards. That dragon came out. Okay. So you can see the alpha dragon, right? Alpha dragon.
Oh, Joe, form closed.
What? Oh, I never opened it. Ah!
Oh.
Okay, I fixed.
Everybody already lost.
I fixed.
Nope.
I fixed.
Nope.
I fixed.
I'm going home.
I fixed. That's it. We're out. That's it. Got it. That's it.
Go ahead and try it again, folks, as we reset the forum.
I'm just kidding.
Make this work.
It was a joke. We got it.
Want people to win those Wizzy the greens this time.
Avatar 223314 was the first submission. So I better roll a 1 for you, Avatar, because you're too fast. All right, you're too good at this. As you can see, all the original, these are the OG dragons. All right, if you didn't know, now you know. There were 6 dragons that were created. Correction, 7. Are there more now? What happened? Yeah. Firemane, Timberhide, Boreal Wing, Bloodless, Steam Breath, Dragon DT01.
I love how all these
I think
these
the Dragon
dragons
DT is not part of that collection. When was this made?
Right.
I gotta check.
What are we looking at here? But I just appreciate how all these dragons look so serious, and then we have those two at the top that just have those wide eyes.
I'm gonna check the Steam Breath real quick. I want to see. I gotta see if this was part of the, because I think it wasn't. I think you could only mint the one. So I'm gonna look at the origination for this dragon, because I don't think the steampunk one. Yeah, there was a sale, so it has to say sale at a price to a person.
Right.
And that was the origination point when we sold it as part of the original. So if you wanted one of the OG dragons, the true OG dragons, you're getting a Bloodless Dragon, a Thunderhorn, a Boreal Wing, Timberhide, Firemane, Steam Breath. These are the first that we ever released, and this was during a sale. If I'm over here getting awful nostalgic on the map, this was in pre-sale 4.2, I think, which is this section over here.
Oh man, it's
getting old school right here. It's getting old school right here.
The beginning.
Care Bears. It's pre-Care Bears. Yeah, here we go.
Radical Walk says,
so this section
the stream is so much fun. Please carry on. Haven't had this much fun in a while. Well, it's fantastic to have you here.
I'm glad that we can chill. We can get nostalgic. I know we've only done Q&A today, but...
Right, sometimes we play games and then not finish
Every once in a while, we play a video game or two. But you got to request it in the chat, folks. Got to request.
We do got to request. We got a game from Dong Hyuk Lee. Man, I'm gonna forever.
You just gotta throw it a little more, right?
I just gotta throw it out. Yeah.
You gotta get in there.
I can't. I just can't.
One of these days.
DJ EJ says, "Rip his name." 100%.
Oh no.
Yeah, use it.
Oh no.
Can't do it.
All right. All right. I'm gonna close that form. I'm closing that form, dog. We had that form open for a solid 3.5 minutes or something. We're already up to the number of users.
Hey, our friend. I'm gonna not say it again. We're just gonna go with Lee over on YouTube. He said great pronunciation. So.
Oh, well
I'm
done.
gonna take it. I'm
not sure if that's
small
a genuine
victory.
response, but nonetheless, well done to you.
Yay! I did it.
He did it. Right? I generated. All right. In a number between 1 and 227, the number that was rolled on my random number generator was 51. So sorry, Avatar. It's not you. You were number one.
No.
We're talking about 51.
Right. 51. Right. Gotta add 50.
Over on twitch.tv. The user who has won today is Anras. ANRAS. Anras.
Hey.
We're gonna put your name and
congratulations
your into the outgoing. Send it, and you're gonna get yourself that wonderful green hat. I think I can find it actually. Let me see if I can show you.
D Electronics says, hat. "Oh, but wait, I'm not on Twitch. What?
Let me see the green lucky hat. You can see this is the asset that you'll be able to have and hold until forever." If you like.
Look at that.
You can use it inside the Metaverse. You can use it in any combat-based experience inside the Sandbox Game Maker as well, once it is distributed to you. These hats are limited to just 200 total, ever. Only 6 people currently own any of these. Super rare.
Right.
A lot of fun. And they also contribute to your potential whitelist access. Any of these assets can get you whitelist access to the Wizzyverse as it will be. Plus 10% luck, says Nizamazing.
Sanber, once again, horrible names. It'd be great to have a Dota version in the Sandbox. I would love to get somebody to have a MOBA experience. That'd be fantastic. And then VoxEdit says, "Can I create a Game Hub experience right now in the draft gallery?" Is that a thing?
Can you create a what?
a game hub experience?
You can create a social hub.
A social hub
currently, but you do have to get it permissioned as a social hub. So you do have to get special access at this time to make it a social hub inside the gallery. So if you do create something and you'd like it to be a social hub, let's talk about it on this stream. Let's show it off on this stream. Let's get you some feedback from the community, what people want to see in your space. And then from there, maybe with that additional exposure, you can reach out to the right people and get yourself turned on as a social hub like some of our great communities have. You know, you got the Boop Goop social hub out there. You've got all sorts of them in the gallery right now. But they keep getting further and further back in the gallery. So we need that search function. And don't worry, it's coming.
It's almost here. And
soon
FT Fenrir says, in how many days will the reward be received? If that is in reference to the Wizzy hat, any day. Literally any day.
Currently, we have a queue of 4+ right now. But that happens because, quite frankly, they go out from Alex directly. So if Alex is busy working hard, creating new content, new assets, approving things, working with the artists inside the Sandbox game, then sometimes, you know,
the last message.
So, I might DM the last message. Like, hey.
The last message we just got from our personal chat here was from Alex, and it says, "I can mobilize people." So, you know, there's some insider beans for you. That stuff is happening. I love it.
All right. I'm getting a response here from Andy Ritchie, who is helping.
What do you got? What do you got?
And then they said, what time is it in the UK right now, folks? Is it 3 a.m. in the UK? 3:30? Something like that?
They're a little tired.
Andy Ritchie says, oh, I'm tired. Made that form. Thought you were talking about the Game Jam asset form, but I wasn't. We were talking about that. Yes. So it looks like done right now. This is happening live. This chat is occurring now as we speak. Done. People should be able to submit more than once now. So if you were wondering about that VoxEdit asset competition, fixed. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andy Ritchie.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andy.
My hero.
Too good to us. Too good.
All right.
And Mr. Winning wants to put a Wizzy hat on a Wizzy. It's too much. Too many Wizzies.
No, you put.
Too intense.
You don't put it. So the thing about this is where we separate things, right? Wizzies can't wear Wizzy hats because Wizzies aren't avatars. But
a
Wizzy 10K project could wear Wizzy hat.
It's too much still.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it to another level. All right. We're going to take it to another level. It's a lot of work, though. It's a whole lot of work on top of a whole lot of work Alex is already working on. So, you know.
Well,
maybe I'll try to pull some strings. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think in the chat?
I would love to see that. I think everybody would love to see that. You already know.
Green hat, golden Wizzy. That's what I'm talking about. That's a wombo combo right there.
Paniaz is where do you contact to ask for social hub permissions?
For the most part, it's going to be through. You don't officially reach out, if that makes sense. Like you get a community, and then one of us, that is the ambassador team or the staff, says, "Hey, these people are making great content," and we do the DM. And then they're like, "Yeah, sure, all right, we could turn it on. Yeah, sure." You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard to do. But it's something where it does require somebody goes out of their way to do it. And with the workflow right now, everybody's hard focused on making Alpha Season 2 possible and a success. So it has to be one of those things where without us actively going, hey, I see great content from the community, we want to reward that by making it a social hub, then, you know, that's there. Nunglen CH asks, who is the winner? And our winner today of the Wizzy Hat NFT giveaway was Anras over on twitch.tv, ANRAS.
Jazzwolf says that they've got a nice little workaround. Wizzy can wear that hat if the Wizzy the Blue as an avatar in a Game Maker game.
Ah, there we go.
So you could make it happen.
Absolutely, Jazzwolf. Jazzwolf's spot on about that. If you're talking about replacing your avatar with a secondary avatar, you could make it happen right now. But I was thinking of it in the sense of like in the metaverse, how do we do that? And you can't play as Santa Wizzy in the metaverse, or you can't play as Wizzy the Blue in the metaverse until there is some sort of avatar-based project potentially for a Wizzy asset. And it's like I said, it's a lot of work though. It's a whole bunch of work. And that's why I want to say again, as we're starting to wrap up here today, Conrad, a big thank you out to Voxel Bunny, who made all of the Snoop Dogg, The Doggies project possible.
Every bit of it.
It was wild. It's so much work. That was their project. That was it. Voxel Bunny, just hard to work on that project for
that's wild.
Months to make that happen. So
that is so much work. Yeah, Chilios right there just repeating me. That's so much work. Right, I might be repeating them. But,
make sure that you do go follow them over on Twitter. Say thanks if you picked up one of the Snoop Dogg, The Doggies this week. And we'll be back with more tomorrow, of course, on a stream like this. I'd love to play more of your games tomorrow because we're going to have less news to talk.
Yeah.
We might have a lot of news to talk about because it's Friday, but we'll see. We should still have times to talk about them games.
And tomorrow is the very first game from our friend over at YouTube, Dong Hyuk Lee. Probably once again did horrible, but we're going to be playing Meta Olympics event number 2.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
on page 8. Okay. We'll be getting that first thing when it comes to the games, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
You gonna play us out, Joe?
Into the Meta Olympics event number 2 soon. Yeah, let's play it out, friend. What you guys want today? You wanna get a little?
Oh man, we got that awkward time. And then it gets way too heavy. What is happening?
I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
I did not like that one. Oh my goodness.
I don't like that one.
Can we cut that out and just put it somewhere else?
I feel like Jake Gyllenhaal gif right now. Just
right. Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Now we're starting to figure something out. Thank you again, everybody.
So as is tradition, folks. Turn it down just a little bit here, as we get ready here.
Friend?
As is tradition, right now, Go West is streaming. We're gonna look up users who are streaming the Sandbox right now. All right, we've got Capone Gaming is streaming right now, and I've never rated Capone Gaming before. So I feel like we need to do this. We need to jump in here. What do you guys think about that? You want to jump into Capone Gaming?
I like it. Let's do it. Let's go say hi. Over here on Twitch. If you're joining us anywhere else, thank you so much.
I can't hear Conrad at all now, dog. This is so...
No.
This music is bumping.
It's too wild. It's too wild.
I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. I can't hear Conrad. He doesn't exist, folks. He's in the back. He's just dancing in the background, ladies and gentlemen.
We got that good vibes, folks. Good vibes.
All right, we're gonna raid Capone Gaming. We're gonna keep the party going here over on twitch.tv/KAPONEGAMING. Go check it out. Raid channel, dog. I'm trying to raid his channel, friend. What are you doing here? Let's
get good. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it didn't. It's like not. It's not doing it.
It's not doing.
Why? Why are we doing this? Send viewers to another channel.
Yeah, keep me doing this beat for this long.
I didn't need the tip. I didn't need the tooltip. No, I don't need the tooltip. Invalid username channel. I know because I don't want. I don't want that.
It's too much.
I don't want that, Twitch. Stop trying to help me. Stop it.
Oh!
Stop it, Twitch. I get it. Oh no. Oh, Twitch
what are we doing?
Really hard
Joe,
right now to
you're
make sure we don't get to raid Capone Gaming. I swear to you.
I haven't even done the wave yet. Like,
I'm
what do you
gonna freak out, Twitch. I'm freaking out right now, streamers. Oh no. I want to just... I'm freaking out.
Oh, man.
I wish I could share this with you, what is happening to me right now, but every time I type /raid, it does this little pop-up thing where it's like, raid parenthesis channel, send viewers to another channel when your stream ends. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dog, I get it. And every time I push enter with Capone Gaming in the space after /raid space Capone Gaming, I push enter, and it fills in channel in blankness for no reason. And I'm freaking out. That's it. I'm going to my mod view. I'm going to mod view. Maybe it won't do it there. Maybe it'll do it. It's still doing it. It's still doing it.
It's still doing it.
I can't. Conrad's gonna get tired. We can't.
What are you talking about? I got cruise for days, dude.
I did it.
FG Hanzo up in here. This is why YouTube is better.
I broke Twitch. I found a glitch in the Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. Normally we find these glitches on your games right here on this live stream, but I found it on Twitch.tv today, baby. 16 viewers ready to raid Capone Gaming. We're raiding now. Woo! Thank you, everybody, over on YouTube.com, over on Twitter. I'm so flustered right now because that did not work at all.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was great. We're doing a good time.
Thank you, Facebook.
We're having fun.
Thank you, D-Live.
We're having fun.
We're chilling. We're
Thank
chatting.
you, YouTube.
See you later.
You're wonderful.
Gamers.
We'll see you later. And we're out of here. For real this
You all
time.
get a separate outro, right? You get a separate outro.
Oh, a separate one?
Because you're real people. You're real gamers right here.
Everyone?
Twitch.tv. They're cool kids, but they're not this cool.
The song just always makes me go.
Oh, we're slowing it down a little bit. We can't stop now. This is the breakdown. This is the breakdown right now. This is the breakdown, Conrad. You think we stop here? I don't think we stop here.
Oh.